Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen and another in the KFC series. Now if this is the first KFC video that you're watching on this channel, I'll let you know that this project started about a year ago. So there's quite a few videos. You can find the playlist, I'll link to that below. And today we're going to test a recipe sent in by one of our viewers, someone who spends a lot of time on the KFC pro boards or message boards about trying to suss out what this recipe is. And this is from someone named Dustin. And Dustin sent in this recipe with a lot of supporting documentation about how they arrived at this particular combination of herbs and spices. And I can tell that they did a lot of work. And I want to believe that this is going to be really close. My problem is there's 12 herbs and spices. Salt is ingredient number 13, which is fine because we don't know whether the kernel included salt in the 11 herbs and spices or not, and there's no MSG. So let's get right into it and we'll see what happens. So in my little coffee grinder, I'm going to put garlic salt, sage, ginger, cayenne pepper, clove, allspice, savory, thyme. This is marjoram and coriander. And I'm going to mix this up. Okay, so my little coffee grinder wasn't big enough to fit everything in, so I'm going to do it in batches. I'm going to pour it into this container. I'm going to leave some in here and put the black pepper in, and I'm going to go back and forth 3 times just to make sure that I get it all mixed together as well as I got the other ones in this series mixed together. So bear with me for a moment. Okay, the last thing that goes in here is the salt. And I think a lot of people are going to be freaked out by how much salt. And you've got to sort of realize that the whole reason we crave fast food is because it's filled with salt and sugar and fat. 3 things that we just cannot resist. So there is a lot of salt in here. I'm going to put this in, I'm going to give it a shake, and then I'm going to set up with the flour so that we can get ready and fry some chicken. Look at that salt. We take the flour and Dustin's spice mix, and we just roll this together. Once the spice mix is thoroughly incorporated into the flour, I have here a milk wash, so for every cup of milk there's 1 egg, and I'm just going to put the chicken in. And it's just a dunk into the egg wash. You're not soaking them, you're just sort of getting them wet on the outside. And then from the egg wash into the flour. And don't do too many at once. You want to be able to really get them coated. Okay, now that I've got them coated, into the fryer, carefully. I'm putting them about 3/4 of the way into the oil before I let go. On with the lid. And set the timer.
I have been called upon to do some tasting. Hey friends, hey Glenn.
So a taste test. Now, for everybody who's going to say that's not scientific, no.
No.
There's nothing scientific about this. It is completely subjective. In order to be scientific, we'd have to cook our samples at the KFC, so they all came out of the fryer at the same time.
More than 2 data points.
More than 2 data points. So this is purely subjective. What do we think of this chicken? You don't know which is which. I do.
They look similar.
They look the same, don't they? Yeah, I mean, maybe just a little bit of size difference, but...
Okay, so
let's try this one.
okay.
It's going to be a little messy.
It will be. That's okay. It's a nice chicken. It's moist. It's you know.
Here's
I gotta not eat the whole thing.
here's the... Yeah, me too.
I gotta set it down because I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
Here's the thing. Pressure frying, even the worst fried chicken recipe in a pressure fryer is amazing because it keeps all of the juice inside and you get a really nice coating on the outside.
Yeah, I'll finish that off later.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
That one is also good.
Yeah.
I want to go back and forth a few times. I feel like I need to go back and forth. I'm not, you know.
I'm just going to take a little bit of the skin.
They're very, very similar.
Yeah.
I think this one might have a slightly stronger flavor to it, but you know, it's like this one had a half a shake more of the spicing.
The flavors
They're very similar.
They're so similar that
I can't.
without a side by side, you would never be able to tell one from the other.
I
So,
barely tell them apart.
yeah, if someone, so this is the KFC.
Okay.
If someone showed up to the park with this in
In that
this
bucket,
box,
I wouldn't know.
you'd never know the difference.
And you know, yeah.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good likeness.
So Dustin's recipe,
Seems to be okay.
I would say
Seems to
that
match.
is.
We like it, and it seems to match.
And
Pretty close.
Here's the thing. I mean, you can arrive at the same flavors with different things.
Yes.
So
Yes, especially for most of us.
yeah,
I am not trained well enough to say, oh, this one has a half a gram more of this or that. Some people are. Some people have that kind of a palate. They have
Yeah.
that sensitivity. They train
for
to
the
have that
other
sensitivity. For you and I,
99% of us,
and most of us, that's pretty darn good.
that is an excellent. Okay, so I'm going to give Dustin's at least one thumbs up.
We agree. It tastes similar. There's only a slight variation. You'd never know if you weren't doing it side by side.
So come on back again because we're going to do another one. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.